tonight. I feel really heavy because I want to say whatever you all feel about your relationship with Andy, because he was amazing at making you feel seen. So please tonight, as you hear what people say, I hope you can hear his voice and know that he sees you and he loved every relationship that he had. So we're going to start with Jen Hughes from the National Guard, and we'll have some coaches talk.
Thank you. We have this plaque here that we want to present to the team on behalf of all the coaches here in the state. He touched all of our lives as coaches. He was a mentor to all of us, and just made a huge impact, and we love Andy and his family.
Those of you that don't know, I'm Coach Strauss over at Mountain View High School. So kind of funny that they asked the rival to speak for Andy. Cammy did come from Mountain View first, so this is more for Cammy. Those of you that know Andy, loved him to pieces, and he could also be a pain in the butt. So we're respecting him as coaches, that he was the biggest pain in the butt that you could deal with. He was a fantastic coach. I love the picture that they posted of his state rings. He said that was one of his favorite pictures. I don't think it was necessarily the winning that Andy was super excited about as much as all of the athletes and parents and community that got behind him and his vision and how much he loved what he did. So as coaches, and those of you that don't know, there's coaches threads, and every coach in the state put their name on that thread, made comments. This weekend is heavy hearts for all of them. It was interesting to see how many people responded and how quickly they responded, because Andy was a huge influence to all of us as coaches, as much as he was the community. Very much loved, and will be very much missed. Love you guys.
Okay, I just want to tell you the beginnings of Andy and Orem High Cross Country. Obviously, they started in the 90s as an athlete, but one day in 2004, I had just been given the heavy mantle of Orem High Cross Country head coach of cross country and track. Scott Houle had been with here for 10 years and got the job at UVU and left me. I was a young 24-year-old, didn't know what I was doing, and I had all these kids to coach, and did my best for a couple months. And we were at Sarah Park at a race, and I see this guy walking towards me, and I'm like, that's Andy Jacobs. He had run with my older brothers at Orem High, and they always spoke highly of Andy, and I always appreciated his kindness to my brothers. So I saw him, and he said, I heard you have the coaching job here. That's a lot. It's like, it's so much, Andy. What are you doing in your life right now? Would you come coach with me at Orem High? You guys, I can picture the day perfectly. We're by the pavilion at Sarah Park, and he's like, yeah, I've actually been thinking about it. I would love to come coach. So let me talk to my wife. I'll get back to you. Here's my number, 801-358-3333. It's still the same number. 3 + 5 is 8, and then the 3s. That's how I do it. He gave me his number. He talked to his wife. And you guys, the rest is history. Look around. That's my biggest claim to fame, is that day that I asked Andy Jacobs to come coach at Orem High. I brag about it a lot, actually, probably too much. When he gets awards, I'm like, you're welcome, you're welcome. If you know Andy, it's God, it's his faith, it's his family that he's obsessed with. If you talk to him for just a minute, he's showing you pictures of him and telling you stories. Really close to family is Orem High Cross Country and Track. He often spoke about what it did for him. Our Monday night of cross country camp, and all you former athletes can picture sitting on that hard ground for an hour and a half as he spoke and told his story of his coach belt and the radical change that happened to him at Orem High. And the minute he took the job here, he's been trying and succeeding beautifully at giving back to what was done to him. These trophies are amazing, and all the wins that we have are amazing. He loves to win. But what was most important to him was to watch that change that happened to him and each one of you. And he talked about it often. We talk about the athletes a lot. As we gathered on Tuesday, every time I hugged an athlete, I could hear his voice tell me, I'm so proud of this kid and what they've been able to do. And wow, look how they've grown so much. It didn't matter how fast they were, what the result was at the end of the race. He was so stinking proud of every one of you, athletes and coaches. He had our back all the time, which was actually kind of fun to see him lose his mind on someone. We watched some videos today. But he was loyal, and he fought for his athletes. He fought for his coaches. I'm forever changed because of my friendship with Andy Jacobs. And I know he's changed all of you too. I wish you could all share your stories. But at this point, we do want the current team to be highlighted. The grieving we all feel is all so hard, but I wanted to recognize what the current team's going through does look different. So I wanted them to be here together, and I want you to hear from them. We have our two captains from our boys and girls teams that want to say a few words. No, it's coming. It's happening. Kids first. Well, so we're going to have Gabby Garside and Peter Meekum, and then following them, we're going to hear from one of his 4 favorite athletes. If you knew Andy, he loved coaching his kids. He loved it so much. So we wanted to make sure they were represented. Because sorry, I know he made you all feel like you were his favorite, but it's them. So we'll hear from the kids.
I knew I had to write down what I was going to say, or else I was going to forget. I'm Gabby. I'm a senior this year, and to Andy, I was Gibby, though. If there's one thing Andy is famous for, it's his soapboxes. You know, the speeches that went on forever, and your butt started cramping from sitting too long. I was blessed with the job of timing them for him to make sure he didn't go too long. But today, it's Andy's turn. I know he's got his stopwatch ready, making sure I don't drag on too long, which is going to be pretty hard because there's so much to say about Andy. Just a few weeks ago, Andy gave us girls a speech at camp. I've been to a lot of camps throughout my years, but this talk felt different. The week of camp, us girls hand wrote, "Do it for Andy," with a heart on our shoulders for the races. Andy was so touched, but he was like, "Don't do it for me. I want you guys to do it for you." So instead, he asked us to write, "Do it with heart." Andy didn't want us to do it for him. He wanted us to do it for ourselves and our team. That was who he was. Always selfless. He loves seeing us work together and work hard. For Andy, running isn't about state titles or times. He would be the first to tell you they were a bonus. For Andy, running is about so much more. the friendships, the life lessons, the memories, and finding joy in the little things. Andy showed us what it means to be kind, love hard, laugh a lot, and be unapologetically ourselves. We loved how silly and goofy Andy was. That's not common for a coach, but he made practices so fun. We loved the dances. We loved the faces he made. We loved the sounds of his voice cheering. We loved the long stories that made our butts hurt. And we loved the care he had for each athlete. Anytime you were having a bad day, Andy would listen to your high school worries about life, friends, family, school, jobs, and classic high school drama. No matter what was going on in his personal life, he was always there for us. One thing I remember from Andy's talk with us girls is when he said that if we don't ask someone to love us, that he was always here to love us, which pretty much just sums up the kind of coach Andy is. We got a message on our team group chat just a couple of days ago from Andy's hospital bed saying, "Team, you are on the verge of the first race of our season journey. I want each of you to know we are proud of the work you have done and the focus you have placed on getting to be the best you. Be brave, be smart, be strong, and run with heart. I'll be with you, even though I can't be with you. Let's get things started." Andy, we know this season will feel different without Andy. Our team will miss him so much. But we know we will see him in all our special places. At Sarah Park, race courses, Diplodogus Park, Orem High, Foothill Park, Price, Utah, in the trails, Vintage Park, on his beautiful blue track that he loves so much. Through his family, through our coaches, and through each other as a team. Andy was our cross country and track coach, but in reality, he was our life coach. I know he's with us tonight, happy as ever, and just saying to himself how proud he is to have helped raise these awesome kids. I'm so proud of them.
Hello, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Peter. I'm one of the boys cross-country captains this year. And I'll just try to keep it short, but my favorite thing about Andy was his intention with coaching. He didn't do it for the running. He loved running, he loved winning, but that was never the most important thing. For him, sorry. The most important thing was always to help us to get tools and skills that we needed to have a life worth living past running. I'm sure that many of you former athletes have seen that in your life already. through running, Andy taught us how to work hard, how to show up when we really did not want to be there, how to work with teammates, and how to deal with disappointment, and to never, ever put limits on ourselves, because he knew how important it was to dream big. I am forever grateful to Andy for teaching us these things. I invite everybody here to remember Andy's mission, to remember to live your life with love, and to be silly, to do what you do with all your heart, and to have grit. I hope that we can make him proud.
What do you say? Thank you all. We have felt so much love and peace and joy at this difficult time. There's not many words we can add to the words that Gibby and Pete have already said, and the other coaches, but Andy loved each and every one of you. Looking around, you can see the impact that he had and the lasting impact that he's left. At the end of each cross-country season, everyone that's graduated knows you get given a little black rock. And we get to hand that rock on to the next generation. These are Andy's legacy rocks. And it's not just a time that we're trying to hit or a workout we're trying to complete, but it's those things that these young athletes have shared. It's the love, being there for each other, supporting one another, the things that carry on for longer than 4 years while you're in high school, but for an eternity. There's a lot of old faces out here that we see.
And just know that if you are one of the older faces, your name has not been forgotten in our house. We talk about you a lot.
There's someone front and center that's really tall. But Andy loved each and every one of you, and he still loves each and every one of you. I think to say that me and my siblings turning out the way we did means that Andy did an okay job as a father and as a coach. Because sometimes it was hard having dad at practice and having coach at home. But he loved each of us, and he loves each of you. And we are so very grateful for all of you. And we love all the support that you've given. And we just can't thank you all enough for all of this.
Okay, if there's something else about Andy we all know, if you've been to Tiger Trials, he's extra. We are known to be the extra high school when it comes to a track invitational. Just this past year, we got to have our first season with this beautiful blue track that, as our admin knows, he fought really hard for. But as we were leading up to Tiger Trials, we're extra. We have the orange buckets. We have rules and regulations we abide by. It's a lot. But he added even more this last year. He saw that stupid tunnel being over there by the tennis court, and he's like, oh, let's do that. I think some of our boys were part of that conversation. But I remember saying, Andy, that's a lot. Like, we already have a lot. He's like, but Marie, I'm extra. So tonight, that's why we wanted that stupid tunnel out here. And to make this a little extra, that's why you got some bling. We have flashlights for you that look like rockets, because it's just a little extra. We have this beautiful slideshow that's going to play. Coach Pacheco made for us. So I think now we'll play the show. When the lights go off, we want you to come down to the track and we're going to take a lap with Andy. Are we not going to do that? Come down first and then we'll turn the lights off, even though that might be funny. And Andy probably would enjoy that a lot. All right, so we'll do the slideshow. We'll go from there. Now we'll turn the lights off. If you can make your way over to like the tiger head, that ridiculous tiger head, come that way.
From the stadium, you guys are welcome to turn on your flashlights and we'll take a little final victory lap for coaching.